Hey friends, Allison here. Welcome back to my channel. I have a new digital December Daily 2022 album to share with you, and this one is so much fun. I designed and created this layout, first of all in Cricut Design Space, and then I created it with my Cricut Explore machine. I have had this idea floating around in my brain since last December. I really wanted to create a record, but I couldn't find the right cut file or a cut file that matched the vision in my head until this year. I happened to find it while I was browsing the image library in Cricut Design Space, and it totally made my year. So I am working on my very own record for this December daily video, and it will be all about the songs that we have been listening to this year in particular, while we are baking and while we were decorating the tree and that sort of thing. So as you can see, the record cut in multiple pieces, layers. So the actual base of the layout is a white layer. What I did to create the gutter on the left hand side of the layout is I attached the record to a rectangle in Cricut Design Space. That way it could be its own page inside my album. I had thought about cutting the record in half and then putting it in my album that way, so when you open it and we're looking at it as if it was open, it would be the entire record shape, but I think this worked out a lot better. So my record label is going in the center, which says Fa La La Feliz Navidad. When I was designing my layout, I thought that was pretty smart. I really liked it. I thought it was cute, so I ran with it. I used the draw function to write Fa La La Feliz Navidad in black ink. I added a snowflake to the center of that I also used my Cricut to write. Attached that all to a circle, and that went into the center of the record. On the gutter here along the side, I have Fa La La Feliz Navidad on repeat with little stars in between it. I'm coloring in the stars with my Spectrum Noir alcohol markers. I'll be doing that on both sides. I cut the base image twice just to give this layout a little more stability and sandwiched them together. I glued them together with a combination of ATG and liquid glue. And then on the facing side of the record is the actual record. On the back side is this circle right here. It's just a white circle that I manipulated in Cricut Design Space to make it the size that I want. I think it's roughly 7.5 inches or 7 inches, somewhere in there. So it's quite large. And actually in my album, it does stick out just a little bit. I made it a little too big, but I think it's because I added the gutter to the layout to so that it would fit into my album. I think that's where the issue is. So if I was to make this again in the future, I would make it slightly smaller so that it doesn't stick out of the album when it's closed. But anyways, I used the Cricut to convert all of the files that I used to decorate this side of the layout. I converted them to draw and then attached it to the circle so that it cut and drew all in one piece. I'm coloring in the Christmas trees at the top of this layout. I'm using all the colors that I have been using so far in my December Daily album to color in the Christmas trees. I started with light gray, left one white, and then I'm going through Roy G. Biv order. So red, I'm skipping the orange. Oh, pardon me, I'm going pink, red, and then light green, dark green, and then a light blue, and then a dark blue to color in all those Christmas trees. There is a little border kind of all the way around them and in between some of the pieces as well. I'm just leaving those blank, and I'm coloring in the centermost portions of each of the Christmas trees. There are also little stars on top of each of the Christmas trees as well. So I'll be coloring that in with a golden yellow marker, and then the tree stumps will be colored in with brown marker as well. Everything that I used to create this layout, I will link in the description box down below. as always. So definitely go check those out if you would like. The song titles for all the songs that we have been listening to were journaled in a list, and I used my Cricut to write them all on the center portion of the, basically like the record label. I used different colors and different fonts to do that. I attached those to the circle as well. And then at the very bottom of the circle, I forgot to color it in, but I do color it in here in just a moment. I added a snowflake and I colored that in with the gray marker as well. And that brings me to the end of this super fun layout. I do add my punched holes to that gutter after the video is done. And I do add some shimmer brush to the gray portions of the record on the facing side. Because basically I'm thinking of those as like the shiny parts of the record. So I added a little bit of sparkle to those spots. I do have close-ups coming up, so feel free to stick around for those. If you enjoyed my video, please give me a thumbs up and a like. If you're new to my channel, welcome. I'm so glad that you're here. And if you'd like to see more videos like this and you have not subscribed yet, consider doing that. Bye, friends.